Hey, Cody Rogers here with WMX Advisors, here to give an outlook on Bitcoin. Okay, we've reached September 2022. We've got quarter one of 2023 coming. And what is the outlook? Everywhere you look with Bitcoin, you focus on providing you information that gives you upside potential. It's the optimistic view. You never see a bear market perspective of Bitcoin, except from fundamental analysts. You see it on news sites, big organizations that talk about cryptocurrency falling to $10,000, $8,000 before it sees a bottom. Today, we want to focus on the specifics. Bitcoin itself, a speculative investment, right? A lot of great things that happen within the realm of cryptocurrency with regard to the ease for a consumer, for an individual to access a monetary chain without the use of any sort of federal government or institution to deliver those funds. Those funds are free of that. Those funds are free of being able to be held, typically. There's some new news out about Tornado, right, and Ethereum having issues with the inability to deliver to their clients their coin. USDC getting locked down through Tornado. So there are some challenges there. Bitcoin, traditionally a speculative investment. Well, we've gone through 10 years. We've gone through a decade of just a bull market. And I always look at a bull market as a growing target, right? We have rings on a target. We've got the bullseye, and then we've got an extension, and then we've got a further extension. Well, within this target, I look at investments, okay? So we have our foundational investments. We have our core companies, the companies that give me everyday life, that help me sustain consumer staples. You've got energies and things like that help the world move along. Then you can extend, and you can look at potential growth opportunities, but they do provide some semblance of a foundation. You've got auto companies. You've got, let's say your tech companies now fit in this realm. And you've got things like new up-and-coming companies like data analytics. You can focus on things that you believe will grow. They have value. They do generate profit. But then we get into this ring, this outside ring of speculation. It's true speculation at this point. We focus on what is the hypothetical possibility of the investment that I make, right? And so Bitcoin, that's the whole idea, is this unchained revolution, this monetary revolution that allows us the complete freedom to control our financial destiny. It also provides, and I believe there will be case use for this, immediate transaction, right? In my world of investing, we have a settlement period. When we place a trade, we have to wait for a specific amount of days before we settle or receive our funds before we're allowed to make the next trade, in base case. But with regard to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, transactions happen immediately. And so that's a focus, and a huge advantage of cryptocurrency, digital assets, is the ability to transfer funds immediately and receive a validation at that same point in time. So that's the value of Bitcoin. However, the true application, how is that going to be used in a monetary system? And why am I buying cryptocurrency and experiencing a rise in value? Well, I'm buying it because of that speculation that there will be a use for it down the road. But I'm hoping that it appreciates. And the only way that it appreciates is if another individual purchases it at a rate higher than I do. And it compounds and it compounds and it compounds. Until recently, institutional investors are currently getting involved. But until recently, it was all retail investment. Retail investment was pushing the value of Bitcoin because speculation, the ability to profit off of the last ring, is greater than the other rings, but it also contains a greater degree of risk. An individual places their investment into Bitcoin, hoping that another retailer or an institution is going to invest and continue to raise the dollar. Well, we're in a global recession. Believe it or not, globally, we're going to have issues. If the United States, they look back and they say, 5 years from now, they say, yep, that was in fact a recession. It's what it was. But globally, you're looking at economic slowdowns in China, of course in Russia. You're looking at the European Union having serious issues with inflation, which will cause a tremendous recession. Well, we rely, with regard to Bitcoin and with regard to cryptocurrency, we rely heavily on the consumer or the retail investor to help improve the value of that cryptocurrency. And with a 13% to 18% inflation rate in the European Union, in England, in China, in India, where they're essentially banned from investing in cryptocurrency, there's going to be a challenge hitting levels and values that make it worthwhile to take the amount of risk in Bitcoin and in cryptocurrency that you would normally take. Let alone the fact that we're going to begin tightening our monetary cycle. We're pulling money out of the system. Everyday households are going to feel that. They're going to feel the pain of that money being withdrawn from them through bank interest rates, through lending programs. Things are going to get tighter. And when they get tighter, what do? Well, you close your rings. You start getting a little closer to the core. If I'm going to invest, my money is much more important to me. So I'm going to focus on the core. I'm going to focus on my life, my well-being, my family's well-being, and I'm not going to maybe look at the speculative investment that will influence the rate of return on Bitcoin. Over the next few years, you're going to see that maybe it stays the same value. Maybe we hover in the 20 to 30,000 range, but really the only way to get there is through the help of additional investors around the globe, and there's not going to be the money supply to be able to push that volume up to a point where the values are what they were at the beginning of 2021, 2022. Consider that when making your investment decisions. Of course, this is not a trade recommendation, but that is the perspective of Bitcoin on the bearish side. Again, you can find bull sides everywhere, but the bearish side, you've got to have the money to be able to prop the values up to a level that's worthwhile in investing. So any questions, hit me up. WMX Advisors, Cody Rogers here.